antique shop from the phone book is located in this district. Looks like it's full of similar stores. No doubt about it. This antique shop is probably my best shot. Better hang on to the address. Just need to get the painting from my room, and I can go and show it to the antique dealer. I hope it'll be just as calm when I get back. Hope it still works. The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine. Katyusha's punk group. Would love to have seen them. Perfect. I just need to take this painting to the antique shop I found earlier. Maybe Frau Wagner can tell me how to get there. Way too many results that way. I'd never have located the Müller shop. Good thing I had Frau Wagner's documents. There must be 3 years' worth of emails I haven't read here. Better do some cleaning up. Ah, that's better. Oh my God, Mom was buried months ago. I wish you could be here with me now, Katyusha. We would have found the shop together.
hi, dear.
It's busy. There's no point drumming on the blasted door. I'm on the telephone.
Can't you see that the telephone is taken? Wait your turn, won't you?
Yes. I arrived safe and sound. I hope to proceed with the identification as soon as they have extracted them out. What? Can't I hang up now? All right. I'll wait. But please, try to be as quick as possible. It's a dreadful business, if you ask me.
Miss Walker, really? I must protest, that is no way to behave. I'm sorry, but I really can't have you eavesdropping in my establishment.
I'm sorry, but I wasn't... I mean, it's not what it seems.
So, Miss Walker, were the documents of any help to you?
Yes, I was even able to locate the shop I'm looking for. Thank you so much, Frau Wagner.
Good. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
I have a few questions about Wagen.
Good, because if you'd asked me about the latest scientific discovery, I'd have to say pass. But if it's about Wagen, then you've come to the right person, my dear.
What can you tell me about the district?
Well, it's one of the oldest districts in Wagen, traditionally working class. Myself and a few of the other relics who live here do try to keep it from modernization and mass tourism as best as we can. Other districts haven't been so careful, and the locals have been forced to leave their district because of rising rent prices.
To be honest, I haven't had much time to find out about Wagen and the surrounding area. What is it I should know?
For one, Wagen is very old, renowned for its charm and culture. As for the surrounding area, it attracts mountain lovers mostly, it being so near to the Swiss Alps, of course. The banks of the Dombra, the longest river in the country, are the delight of summer vacationers.
Apparently the shop I'm looking for is located in Wagen's Antiques district. Could you tell me how to get there from the guest house?
Your best bet is to take the tram, miss. The town centre is almost entirely pedestrian, and your motorbike won't be of any use there. You'll find the nearest tram stop at the top of the stairs, to your right as you go out of the guest house.
My, quest here is closely linked to the region of Wagen. Could you tell me a little bit about its history?
I'd be glad to.
I found out about the woman I'm looking for thanks to a painting that must have been pillaged by the Brown Shadow during World War II.
Doesn't surprise me. Wagen, and by extension all of Ostertal, was annexed and occupied by the fascists just before the war. They sacked, stole and pillaged everything they could, just like they did in the rest of occupied Europe.
The woman I'm looking for must have been about 18 in 1937. Was this an important date in the history of Wagen?
Not that I know of, no. But I'm not much of a historian, and I wasn't even born then. All I know is that the Troubles came the following years, with the Second World War. So that year must have been a boom year for fascist ideology, when the Brown Shadow was still just another party vying for power by preaching hate.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your guest house, Frau Wagner?
Oh, I'd be delighted. What would you like to know?
Things seem to be quiet today.
Oh, there's never many guests at this time of year.
Actually, is she a guest too?
Oh, yes. She arrived earlier. An elderly English lady. A former military officer, if I understood correctly. They say she's come on some rather unpleasant business. A burial, from what I can gather. Yes, Miss Walker. And she hasn't let go of the telephone since she got here. But I needn't tell you that, Miss Walker. You already know, don't you?
I'd love to know more about you, Frau Wagner.
Oh, there's not much to tell, really. At least nothing that would change the course of history.
But I'm sure you've had an eventful life, haven't you?
Well, I was born just after the war in Wagen, and I've never left. I opened this place and ran it with my husband until he died a few years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You see, nothing to write home about. Then again, we were never ones for excitement, really. But we were happy, my husband and I.
The room's just perfect. Thank you so much.
There's no need to thank me, Miss Walker. It's my job to make sure my guests are comfortable. And it's not every day we get a young American lady on a motorbike in the middle of the night looking for a mysterious shop. It makes me feel like I'm in a detective novel.
Nothing else comes to mind for the moment. Thank you for your time.
Well, feel free to come back and ask if you have any more questions. Have a nice day, Miss Walker.
The Dombre Guest House. According to what I've read, the Dombre is the longest river in Ostertal and runs through Wagen. Going by what Frau Wagner told me when I first arrived, this used to be a working-class district. Nowadays, I bet everyone wants to snap up these old houses, just like in Brooklyn. Betty Wagen is practically all pedestrian. After all those months on the road, I've gotten kind of fond of that old bike. This district is just so beautiful. Must be the botanical gardens. Too bad it's closed.
Well, the guest house in that neighborhood sure are the best things to happen to me since... who knows. But I should go and take the tram now.
like what the Thor uncovered up in the mountain.
At Devil's Pass, you mean? I did hear something on the news before coming out. What's the latest, then?
They reckon they found remains dating back to World War II, when Alpine resistance networks led refugees across into Switzerland. Nasty times were those.
Yes, not the best times in our history, were they?
Typical of the town, judging from what I've seen so far of the architecture here. An antique shop, but not the one I'm looking for.
Miller's? Oh, straight ahead, Fraulein. You can't miss it. Miller's is just over on the corner. Although I think old Miller must be in the middle of stock taking at the moment. Miller's? Oh, straight ahead, Fraulein. You can't miss it.
No, that isn't the antique shop I'm looking for.
Hello? Please refrain from touching the merchandise. Hello? Please refrain from touching the merchandise.
Feels like I've completely lost my appetite since the mines. And yet, Vaughan is famous the world over for its cakes. That reminds me of the Souk of the Ukals. I really miss not traveling with them sometimes. Even Simon Steiner wouldn't have done any better. I hope he and his granddaughter are okay.
What an authentic district. Brings up memories, too. But I should focus on the Muller shop now.
The top brands have nonetheless managed to get a foothold in the district. Can't leave the district yet. Gotta find Herr Muller's shop first. Müller und Söhne. Muller and Son. This must be the place.